Listen closely, for this message is not an accident. Something in the unseen has been stirring. Angels have been moving with urgency. They are alerting, whispering, warning about your eyes. Yes, your eyes. For your eyes are not merely windows to the world. They are the gates of your spirit. They are the lenses through which your soul perceives reality, the portals through which either light or darkness may enter. The angels of God are watching how humanity uses its eyes, and they are alarmed. They are sending signals. They are crying out. Because what you allow your eyes to behold determines what your heart becomes. You must understand that in the realm of the spirit, sight is sacred. The first thing God gives to a chosen soul is vision, not physical, but divine sight. And the first thing the enemy tries to corrupt is that very sight. When angels speak of your eyes, they are not merely referring to the flesh that blinks and gazes. They speak of your focus, your attention, your perception, your discernment. For wherever your eyes go, your soul follows. And if your eyes become dim with worldly distractions, your spirit will lose direction. There is a divine urgency in this hour. The angels are alerting because humanity is being blinded by images that steal holiness, by screens that feed corruption, by sights that numb the conscience. They are seeing how eyes that were meant to behold the beauty of creation have become addicted to vanity, to comparison, to lust, to deceit. They are seeing how many have exchanged divine vision for the illusions of men. And the angels are sending messages, stirring the hearts of those who still listen to God, saying, guard your eyes, for they determine the purity of your spirit. When God formed you, He placed within you not only the ability to see, but the responsibility to choose what to see. He gave you dominion not only over the earth, but over your own attention. What you behold, you become. If your eyes are fixed on fear, fear will grow. If your eyes are fixed on temptation, temptation will conquer. But if your eyes are fixed on God, light will flood your being, peace will guard your mind, and wisdom will guide your steps. Angels are alerting about your eyes because your destiny depends on what you focus on. Some of you have lost your divine assignment not because you are not anointed, not because you are not chosen, but because your eyes wandered from purpose to distraction. You were called to gaze upon the promise, but you kept staring at the pain. You were meant to fix your vision on divine direction, but you became fascinated by worldly noise. God says today, lift up your eyes again, for the angels have seen that you are being pulled away from what truly matters. They are blowing the trumpet in the spirit, calling you to awaken your vision again. When your eyes become contaminated, your discernment weakens. You stop seeing what God sees. You begin to misjudge people, misunderstand season, misinterpret signs. The eyes of your spirit start to blur, and what was once clear becomes confusing. The angels are alerting because many have traded divine sight for digital sight. They spend hours staring into the glow of screens, but minutes gazing into the presence of God. Their eyes are being trained to see everything but truth. But today, heaven is speaking, cleanse your vision. There is power in the gaze of a person who sees through the lens of God. When you see life through divine eyes, storms no longer scare you. When you see through divine eyes, even delay becomes preparation. Angels are assigned to those who look toward light, but they cannot walk with those who insist on staring into darkness. You cannot pray for divine protection and yet open your eyes to corruption every day. You cannot ask for spiritual strength while your vision is filled with filth. Your eyes must align with your faith. The angels are alerting because sight controls destiny. When you start to look at what God wants you to see, everything begins to shift. Even your atmosphere changes. The angels are urging you to protect your gaze because the enemy knows if he can corrupt your eyes, he can capture your heart. He knows if he can distract your vision, he can derail your calling. He knows if he can keep you staring at what wounds you, you'll never move toward what heals you. There are two kinds of sight, natural and divine. Natural sight sees what is visible. Divine sight sees what is eternal. Natural sight sees obstacles. Divine sight sees opportunities. Natural sight is swayed by appearances. Divine sight is rooted in truth. The angels are alerting you because you have been looking too long through the lens of the natural. You are seeing failure where God sees preparation, rejection where God sees redirection, endings where God sees beginnings. Heaven is saying, change your vision before your vision changes you. When your spiritual eyes awaken, you start to discern what others overlook. You begin to notice how God moves subtly through the ordinary. You start to see warning signs before disaster strikes. Angels are positioned around those who keep their eyes aligned with God's purpose. They will whisper to your spirit, look away from that. Turn here, wait there. But if your attention is consumed by the noise of the world, you will not hear their alerts. Your eyes were designed to recognize divine timing. When you fix your eyes on God, you start to sense when to move, when to pause, when to speak, when to stay silent. But when your gaze is clouded by anxiety and desire, you act outside of alignment. That is why angels are alerting now to bring you back to focus. They are guarding the chosen who are about to step into new seasons, but who risk losing direction because of what they keep watching. Some of you are wondering why your peace has faded. It is not because God has left you, but because your eyes have wandered. You are feeding your spirit the wrong images. You are absorbing energies that suffocate faith. You cannot expect tranquility while consuming chaos. The angels see it. They know what constant exposure to negativity does to the soul. They are stirring the sensitive hearts to fast not only from food but from harmful visuals, from toxic comparisons, from the endless scroll of vanity that darkens discernment. Every time you open your eyes, you are either building faith or draining it. Every glance has spiritual weight. That is why God watches not just what you do, but what you look at. Your gaze reveals your hunger. What you stare at the longest becomes your master. Angels are alerting because too many have become enslaved to what they see rather than empowered by what they believe. They look at others' lives and feel less. They look at past pain and lose hope. They look at the glitter of the world and forget the glory of God. But there is still hope. God is calling you to purify your sight, to restore your divine focus. When your eyes become sanctified, your whole life changes. Light floods your mind. Peace returns. Power awakens. You start seeing beyond appearances into purpose. You begin to notice that every delay was a design, every detour a direction, every disappointment a divine setup. You see the invisible hand of God orchestrating even the moments that seemed meaningless. Angels are alerting because your vision determines your vibration. What you focus on expands. If you fix your eyes on what is missing, you will live in lack. If you fix your eyes on what God has promised, you will live in abundance. Heaven responds to focus. The realm of the Spirit moves when a soul looks steadfastly toward divine truth. Angels rush to assist those whose eyes are aligned with God's light. Do not allow the enemy to use your eyes as instruments of destruction. He wants you to look back like Lot's wife, to gaze at what God has already delivered you from. He wants you to keep replaying the past so that you never step into the future. But God is saying, lift your eyes from the ashes. I am building something new. The angels are ready to lead you forward, but your focus must change. Stop watching who left. Stop watching who betrayed you. Stop watching who seems ahead. Fix your gaze on the divine timeline. Some of you are tired because your eyes are exhausted. You are seeing too much of the world and too little of God. Your mind is overstimulated. Your spirit undernourished. The angels are calling you to rest your eyes upon the stillness of faith. They are calling you to meditate on what uplifts, to fill your vision with light. For in stillness, clarity returns. When you withdraw your eyes from chaos, you begin to see what was always there, divine order. God uses your eyes to reveal His will. Sometimes He will close one door so your eyes will notice another. Sometimes He will allow darkness so your inner sight may strengthen. Angels are alerting because the next move of God requires sharper vision. You cannot enter the new season with blurred discernment. You must see clearly, see who belongs in your circle, see which path leads to peace, see which opportunity carries divine favor. Do not despise the moments when God blinds you temporarily. When He hides certain things from your view, it is to protect you from premature exposure. When you cannot see the full picture, trust that the angels are arranging it. They guard not only your path, but also your perception. Sometimes divine blindness is divine mercy. For what you cannot yet handle, God conceals until your spirit matures. Angels are alerting about your eyes because sight creates atmosphere. What you allow yourself to behold determines the spiritual climate around you. A person who gazes constantly at negativity invites darkness into their dwelling. But one whose eyes remain on God radiates serenity that even chaos cannot invade. Your eyes are spiritual thermostats. They regulate the temperature of your environment. When you look at light, light fills your space. When you look at despair, despair settles in. Choose wisely what you see. God is raising a generation whose eyes will no longer be seduced by illusion, a people whose sight will pierce through deception. The angels are working now to awaken seers, men and women, who will not only look but perceive. For perception is the power to interpret what you see. Many look but few perceive. The angels are saying, you have looked enough. Now learn to perceive. When your perception changes, your reality changes, you stop calling every delay a curse and begin to call it alignment. You stop seeing rejection as punishment and start seeing it as redirection. You stop staring at the closed door and start noticing the open window. Angels are attracted to gratitude. They move with speed toward those whose eyes remain thankful even in trial. Your eyes were not created to dwell on darkness. Every time you stare too long at pain, it multiplies. Every time you replay betrayal, it deepens. The angels are alerting because your healing begins when you redirect your gaze. Look at how far God has already brought you. Look at the subtle ways He has protected you when you didn't even know it. Look at the strengths that survived every storm. There are miracles in your memories if you look with a divine sight. Some of you have been praying for guidance, but guidance begins with the focus. Angels guide the eyes of those who are still enough to see the signs. But if your gaze is always restless, if you are looking at everything except what God is showing, you will miss the cues. Slow down. Watch how God speaks through patterns, through people, through silence. Watch how He reveals direction, not in chaos, but in calm. There is a sacred discipline in training your eyes to refuse to look at what corrupts, to withdraw from what tempts, to choose light even when darkness seduces. Angels celebrate those who guard their eyes, for every act of restraint increases spiritual power. Every time you turn your eyes from sin, you strengthen your authority. Every time you choose purity over pleasure, you expand your influence in the unseen. Your eyes are the gatekeepers of your destiny. The angels know this, and that is why they are alerting. They know that a single glance can plant a seed of doubt, of desire, of destruction. But the same eyes that can open a door to evil can also unlock divine revelation. What you decide to look at will either imprison you or empower you. When your eyes align with God's will, even your enemies cannot deceive you. You will discern motives before they manifest. You will see traps before you fall. You will perceive counterfeit blessing before you accept them. This is divine sight, and the angels are ready to activate it. But first, you must surrender your focus to God. Do not let the world steal your gaze. Guard it as sacred treasure. Let your eyes dwell on what uplifts, on what strengthens faith. Every time you fix your eyes on hope instead of fear, you honor the God who created you to see beyond appearances. Every time you look for divine fingerprints in your circumstances, the angels rejoice, for you are seeing with the eyes of the Spirit. Your eyes are instruments of prophecy. They reveal where your life is heading. Look long enough at failure, and failure will frame your path. Look long enough at divine promise, and the universe will align to fulfill it. Angels respond to focus the way seas respond to water. They move toward what you meditate upon. The angels are alerting because time is short. The world is filling the eyes of humanity with deception images that glorify sin, glorify chaos, glorify pride. They know that if they can blind the masses, they can control their hearts. But those who keep their eyes on God will remain untouched. They will see truth where others see confusion. They will see light even in darkness. Do not wait for a crisis to correct your focus. Begin now, each day. Ask yourself, what have my eyes been feeding my soul? Have they looked upon peace or upon noise, upon gratitude or upon envy, upon creation or corruption? Your spiritual diet is determined by your vision. You become what you behold. The angels are moving with intensity now. They are touching the eyes of those who are ready to see differently. Some of you will begin to notice signs you overlooked. Patterns will appear. Insights will emerge. You will feel guided not by sight alone, but by perception. For when the eyes of your spirit awaken, even the ordinary become prophetic. God is preparing you for higher dimensions of clarity. But with greater sight comes greater responsibility. When your vision expands, you must protect it fiercely. You must avoid anything that dulls discernment. Do not entertain gossip, for it clouds perception. Do not indulge jealousy, for it distorts vision. Do not feed fear, for it blinds the spirit. Keep your eyes clear and your purpose will stay pure. Angels are alerting about your eyes because they know what God is about to show you. New revelations are coming, hidden truths are about to unfold. But they cannot be received through cloudy vision. The clearer your eyes, the deeper your insight, the purer your focus, the louder heaven speaks. You are being prepared to see differently, not with anxiety, but with assurance, not with confusion, but with conviction. The angels are aligning your perspective so you may perceive opportunities disguised as obstacles, blessings hidden in battles, and divine timing concealed within delay. Guard your eyes, for they are sacred instruments of destiny. Keep them lifted toward the light of God, and you will never stumble in darkness. The angels are watching, guiding, protecting. They are alerting, reminding, awakening you to this truth. Your eyes are not mere organs. They are gateways to glory. There comes a moment in every life when God demands that your vision evolve. The angels are stirring your awareness right now, for they know the season has shifted. You cannot walk into what is coming with yesterday's sight. You cannot carry yesterday's vision into tomorrow's divine assignments. The eyes of your spirit must be renewed. They must be sharpened, purified, and aligned with heaven's clarity. For when your sight matures, your destiny accelerates. Angels are not calling your attention to your eyes just for protection. They are calling for transformation. Because once your perception changes, your whole world rearranges. Many people are praying for miracles while their eyes are closed to the signs God has already sent. They ask for confirmation, but they ignore revelation. They cry for direction, but they refuse correction. The angels are alerting because the answer you seek is already visible. If only you would see through the lens of the Spirit. The problem is not absence of light, but blindness of heart. God's guidance surrounds you, but you must learn to recognize it. The same way the sun is always shining even when clouds hide it, divine guidance is always near even when confusion covers your sight. Your task is not to create the vision, it is to clear it. God is refining your eyes because He is preparing you to see beyond appearance. Too long have you judged by surface impressions, by what looks good, what feels easy, what seems promising. But heaven's perspective pierces through illusion. The angels are teaching you to see the invisible truths beneath visible chaos. They are teaching you to discern intentions, not just actions, to perceive divine meaning, not just the external movement. For appearances can deceive, but divine perception never lies. When your eyes become instruments of truth, deception loses its power over you. Manipulators cannot confuse you. Opportunities cannot seduce you. Fear cannot paralyze you. You become a person of divine stability, unmoved by appearances, guided by truth. That is why God must purify your sight, because the next phase of your purpose requires precision. You cannot afford to mistake distraction for destiny or temptation for opportunity. The angels are whispering, see with clarity, move with certainty, act with discernment. Your eyes are holy territory. Guard them with reverence. Every image you allow to linger before your gaze plants a seed in your soul. Seeds of despair or hope, purity or pollution, strength or weakness. The angels are alerting because too many are planting weeds through the gate of their eyes. They watch what drains them and then wonder why they feel empty. They stare at what wounds them and wonder why they hurt. But when your eyes are fixed on God, every glance becomes prayer. Every look becomes an act of worship. Every vision becomes a prophecy of peace. The world will try to steal your attention because attention is the currency of the Spirit. What you give your eyes to, you give your energy to. If you look constantly at what others have, envy will infect your heart. If you stare at your failures, shame will weaken your courage. But if you fix your gaze upon God's greatness, faith will rise like a flood within you. You will walk in calm authority because your focus will no longer shift with the circumstance. The angels are revealing that spiritual warfare often begins with the vision. Darkness does not first attack your body, it attacks your focus. The enemy aims to distort what you see so you will misjudge what God is doing. He wants you to call delay defeat, to call correction punishment, to call redirection rejection. But heaven declares what you call loss, God calls alignment. Open your eyes and see the divine pattern hidden within the pain. When you look at your challenges through the lens of faith, they lose their power to break you. The angels surround those who see through purpose. They whisper courage to the one who can look at chaos and still declare God is in control. That declaration is not blindness, it is higher sight. It is refusing to let the shadows define the truth. It is seeing through the darkness and finding light that never fades. The angels are alerting because many of God's chosen are being distracted by visual noise, images of comparison, lifestyles of vanity, illusions of success. But God measures success by obedience, not appearance. The angels are repositioning your focus so that your eyes may return to simplicity, to what is eternal, to what truly fulfills. For what your eyes admire, your heart eventually imitates. Choose carefully what you gaze upon, for it will shape the atmosphere of your soul. God is calling you to lift your eyes from the temporary and behold the eternal, to stop being mesmerized by what glitters and start being grounded in what glows from within. The angels are urging you to gaze upon what strengthens the spirit, acts of kindness, moments of gratitude, the quiet beauty of faithfulness. When your eyes are trained on goodness, your life begins to radiate it. There is a sacred moment when the eyes of your understanding open and you realize that nothing is wasted. Even the tears you once cried become light refracted through divine wisdom. The angels are celebrating that awakening, for it marks the rise of a mature soul, one who no longer looks through wounds, but through wisdom. Your eyes are being healed to see purpose where you once saw pain. You are being elevated from sight to insight, from looking to knowing. When God begins to anoint your vision, you start to see life differently. You recognize divine fingerprints in coincidences. You perceive hidden lessons in trials. You sense divine timing in delays. The angels assist in this transformation, helping you interpret the language of signs. They open your perception to the sacred rhythm of life. You stop rushing and start trusting. You stop forcing and start flowing. For now you see that everything that comes before your eyes has meaning. When viewed through the lens of faith, the angels are alerting about your eyes because clarity is your compass. Without clarity, even the strong become weary. Confusion drains energy faster than failure. But when you see clearly, when you know what is from God and what is not, peace returns. The mind quiets. Decisions become easier. Faith becomes natural. God never intended for your life to be guided by guesswork. He intended it to be guided by clear vision. That is why your sight must remain pure. Many people fall not because they are weak, but because they see wrongly. They mistake counterfeit blessings for divine gifts, illusions for miracles, distractions for destiny. But when your eyes are tuned to God's wavelength, you will discern immediately when something is not from Him. You will feel the dissonance in your spirit. You will know by peace or by unease whether something carries divine approval. This is not superstition. It is a spiritual sensitivity. The angels nurture this gift in those who are willing to remain pure in sight. When your eyes are holy, your path becomes luminous. When your perception aligns with the truth, every step glows with a divine assurance. Angels walk beside those whose eyes stay on the light because they know such souls will not be led astray. There is no darkness that can dominate a person who refuses to look away from God. You can be surrounded by chaos, but still see calm. You can be surrounded by decay, but still perceive renewal. Such is the power of enlightened vision. The angels are saying, your eyes are instruments of faith. They are not given merely to observe, but to activate. What you see inwardly creates what you experience outwardly. When you hold the image of peace within, even turmoil bends before you. When you envision abundance through faith, opportunities begin to align. When you perceive yourself through the eyes of God, insecurity dissolves. That is why the enemy fights to destroy your vision, because what you can no longer imagine, you can no longer manifest. Your eyes are sacred screens upon which divine images are projected. When you meditate on divine truths, those images take root and shape your destiny. Angels respond to such focus. They move according to vision. They carry out the intentions that match divine alignment. So when your eyes are fixed on what is holy, all of heaven collaborates to fulfill it. Guarding your eyes is not about fear, it is about focus. It is not about withdrawal, but about direction. You are called to look with a purpose, to see beyond temptation, beyond illusion, beyond limitation. The angels are guiding you toward mastery of your gaze, for he who controls his eyes controls his life. God will sometimes allow you to see what others cannot, not to boast, but to build. The angels may show you glimpses of your future, not so that you rush, but so that you prepare. When God grants vision, He also grants responsibility. The eyes that see deeply must also bear patiently. The angels stand near those who can hold the sight without pride, who can perceive greatness without arrogance. Be vigilant, for not every vision comes from light. There are deceptive images that mimic divine impressions. The angels are your allies in discernment. They whisper truths when falsehood try to masquerade as revelation. But they only speak clearly to hearts that stay humble. Humility polishes perception. Pride blinds it. The clearer your heart, the clearer your sight. God is calling you to be a steward of sight, to use your eyes as vessels of compassion, as mirrors of faith, as tools of service. Let your eyes see need and respond with generosity. Let them see suffering and respond with empathy. Let them see goodness and magnify. For when you see with love, you mirror the nature of God Himself, forever aware, ever merciful, ever guiding creation toward the light. The angels are alerting you not just to protect your eyes from harm, but to awaken their holy purpose. Your eyes were made to recognize divinity in the ordinary, to find God's beauty in the small, His presence in the unnoticed. Each sunrise, each act of kindness, each moment of stillness is a divine painting for those who truly see. The blind stare but never perceive. The awakened look and understand. The highest form of vision is not to see what others cannot, but to see what others ignore. To look at the same world but behold deeper truth. The angels rejoice when your eyes reach that level of maturity, because then you become an instrument of peace. You start to reflect God's perspective on us to bring harmony where there was division, faith where there was fear, hope where there was despair. Remember this, the eyes are the architects of destiny. What you constantly gaze upon, you build toward. The angels are alerting because God is ready to construct something new in your life, but He cannot build it with an old vision. You must see differently to live differently. Your future is waiting at the edge of your perception. The moment you choose to see with faith rather than fear, creation begins to respond. Lift your gaze. See how the heavens declare the glory of God. See how every storm ends in light. See how every loss carries the seed of wisdom. The angels stand beside you, inviting you to open the eyes of your heart and perceive reality as God perceives it, filled with meaning, guided by purpose, sustained by divine love. The angels are alerting about your eyes because sight is sacred, protected, purified, elevated, and above all, use it to see the fingerprints of God everywhere you look. For when you finally behold the world through divine vision, you will realize nothing has been ordinary, nothing has been random, nothing has been wasted. Every sight, every season, every shadow was a step toward awakening the eyes of your soul. So now, beloved soul, hear this final word, deep. Within your spirit, the angels are not just alerting you, they are awakening you. They are calling you to rise into a new level of awareness, a sacred depth of seeing. For your eyes were never meant to drift aimlessly through the illusions of this world. They were created to behold divine truth. God is commanding your vision to return to purity, to power, to purpose. You have looked long enough at what hurts you. Now it is time to look at what heals you. You have focused long enough on what ended. Now fix your eyes on what is beginning. The eyes of your soul are gateways to destiny. Guard them as you would guard treasure. Let nothing enter that diminishes your peace, and nothing distract you from your path. When your eyes stay on God, no shadow can overpower you, no lie can deceive you, and no fear can dominate you. The angels are surrounding you, whispering with urgency. See through faith, not fear. See through light, not darkness. See through truth, not illusion. For when your sight aligns with God, everything around you begins to align with grace. You start walking not by guesswork, but by revelation. You discern the invisible guidance woven through every delay, every disappointment, every detour. The world may see confusion, but you will see divine orchestration. The world may see endings, but you will see preparation. So lift up your eyes today. Let them rise above distraction, above pain, above appearances. Let them rest upon the majesty of God, the one who never sleeps, the one who guides you, the one who directs every step with purpose. The angels are already in motion, carrying light to those who dare to see differently. This is your moment to reclaim your vision. See yourself as God sees you, capable, chosen, surrounded by divine help. See your path not as chaos, but as construction. See your future not as uncertain, but as unfolding. See your trials not as punishment, but as preparation. For when you train your eyes to see with faith, you no longer stumble in darkness. You walk with quiet authority, guided by unseen hand. The angels go before you. The presence of God surrounds you. And your eyes now awaken, sanctify, and focused become the vessels through which light floods every part of your life. So let it be that from this moment forward, your gaze no longer wanders. Let your sight become sacred, your focus become firm, and your vision become victorious. For the angels have sounded their call, and God Himself is watching to see what your eyes will behold next. May they find only light,